What is going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to 6 NBA legends just destroyed today's NBA. The truth is brutal. This was highly anticipated and highly recommended, man. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, the NBA is kind of ruined. We gotta be honest with ourselves. There's a lot of traveling going on. There's a lot of double dribbling going on, and there's a lot of load management going on, man. So hey, I'm excited for what this video has to behold. So, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. And if you guys are new to my channel and you like classic / old NBA content, man, hit the subscribe button, man. Join the crew. But, with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Yes, sir.
LeBron is so easy to play. He's so fucking easy to play. He don't have any moves.
You can't hand check. You can't contest shots.
But now it's more like, I don't want to watch players come down shoot 50
He
foot.
just said LeBron is so easy to play. That's crazy. So Dennis Rodman will lock up LeBron. Like, that probably confirms it then. Okay.
That's not basketball. I mean,
if you get close to the basket, a lot more of your shots will go in.
These are 6 NBA legends who've watched today's game turn into something unrecognizable. And they're finally saying what every real basketball fan has been thinking for years. Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, and Kevin Garnett combined for 21 championships playing.
Bro, all of those NBA players have an opinion on the game today? Like, being that bad, though? Please, that's crazy. That's how you know it's really serious, chat.
A style of basketball that no longer exists. And their criticism of the modern NBA isn't just nostalgic complaining, it's a warning about how far the league has fallen. October 2025 brought something rare. Michael Jordan sitting down for an actual interview. NBC's Mike Tirico got him for MJ Insights to Excellence. And when load management came up, Jordan delivered a statement that should haunt every modern player.
What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost,
He was definitely holding back because he blinked a couple of times and he was about to probably say some crazy stuff, but he had to keep it PR, I feel like, at that moment.
I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove. The fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it.
Okay.
But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
The greatest player in basketball history felt an obligation to the person in the cheapest seat in the arena, which defines the gap between his generation and today's stars better than any statistic could. Showing up every night wasn't optional for Jordan, it was the job. And that mindset is extinct in the modern NBA. 9 different times Jordan played all 82 games in a season, appearing in 80 or more games in 11 of his 14
It's really impressive to me, too, though. You played 82 games. That's, like, genuinely an impressive thing. And do you know the NBA player that I actually truly have respect for? Since he got drafted, he's never missed a game. Miles Bridges. No, it's Mikal Bridges, actually. He never missed a game. Like, I can't, like, that's crazy to me. Because look at the generation that we're in, chat. Like, the game's changed, like, drastically. It's 3-point
total. Last season, only 11 players in the entire league reached 82 games, which means the participation rate has collapsed because today's players treat showing up as optional rather than mandatory. But here's the thing. Jordan didn't just criticize the behavior. He identified why today's players lack hunger in the first place. When Tirico asked about modern player mentality, Jordan explained it simply.
With that mindset to achieve greatness?
It's hard to be hungry when you have. Simple as that. I mean, if you don't have, you are willing to do whatever you have.
Players today are getting $200 million contracts before they've won a playoff series, before they've developed complete.
Oh my God, LaMelo Ball is a prime example. Like, I like the way he plays. He's a good basketball player. He's one of my favorite in the game. He seems like a cool person. But bro, he never went to the playoffs and he's making a bag. Like, it's crazy, chat. No hate to him, no disrespect though. But like that's just how the game is now, chat.
Games before they've proven they can handle adversity. Money comes first, and motivation never develops, which means they're comfortable before they're great. And comfort kills excellence every single time. Jordan came into the league making less than $1 million per year, lost to the Pistons repeatedly in the playoffs, and used that pain as fuel to get better. His first championship came at age 28 after years of failure taught him what it took to win. Today's players get max contracts at 22 and wonder why veterans question their commitment. Game 5 of the 1997 finals tells you everything about Jordan's approach. Food poisoning hit him so hard he could barely stand during timeouts, and 38 points later, the Bulls had another win. That's the standard he set, and it's a standard today's players can't comprehend, let alone meet. If Jordan is disappointed in modern basketball, Shaquille O'Neal is absolutely furious. And unlike most retired players who stay diplomatic, Shaq doesn't care who gets offended by the truth he's telling. 23.7 points per game for his career while getting grabbed, held, and fouled harder than any player in modern NBA history is what Shaq averaged.
Shaq is like, I don't know what he is, but he's not like a normal basketball player. Like he's way too big and way too strong. Like I feel like he can whoop Wembanyama. But I also want to say that, chat, look at Wembanyama now, right? He's an extremely good NBA player. He can absolutely go in the paint. He can dribble. He can shoot. Do you guys like the Victor Wembanyama play style, or like, let me know down below what you guys think about that.
While winning 4 championships and destroying his body in the process, teams literally created Hack-a-Shaq just to slow him down, which means he experienced physicality that today's players can't even imagine. March 2021 on the Dan Patrick Show introduced a phrase that perfectly captures modern players when Shaq explained why they can't handle constructive criticism from legends.
Like, a lot of people take flack. When I take flack, a lot of people right now, oh, you're too hard on the youngsters. Well, I'm just doing what was done to me. I can remember when I was averaging 30, 35 in LA, but we'd always get swept. And the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said, hey, he hasn't won a championship yet. Did I whine? Did I cry? Did I complain on social media? Nope, I didn't say anything.
They didn't even have social media back then, though. But they had interviews, so he could have. So I get what he's saying. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said that to Shaquille O'Neal? Oh, my God.
Because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had G14 classification to say that. What am I going to do? So these guys now, they're pudding pops. You say something about them, oh, church. That's what they are. So when he said that, when he gave me constructive criticism, I took it and I listened and I brought my game to another level.
Pudding pops, soft, sweet, melts under pressure. That's today's NBA, according to someone who knows what real toughness looks like. The point about Kareem matters because when one of the greatest players ever told Shaq he needed to improve, Shaq went to work. No tweets about haters, no dismissing the criticism, just acceptance and improvement. Today's players hear identical criticism from legends with identical credentials and immediately play victim on social media, which means the cycle continues with no improvement because nobody is willing to accept they need to get better. April 2025 brought Shaq's most devastating criticism on his big podcast when he addressed the overall quality of today's NBA product.
People say Charles and I, we're ruining the game talking about the product because the product is show me greatness. Like, y'all pay a lot of money for these shoes, and I want to see be great, and I'm gonna always stay on.
I wish I got to see Shaquille O'Neal play, chat. Like, actually, I reacted to him on my channel. If you guys want to go check that out, his highlights, I was actually amazed. Like, I've never seen a big man that genuinely does not care about your existence. You're getting dunked on, and you're gonna be humiliated. That's the way he played. That's the way he played. Like, he was a monster, bro.
Motivate them to be great. They can call it hate I want, but I ain't sucking these motherfuckers out just because they making $400 million. A lot of these can't play, and they know it.
That's the truth nobody wants to admit. The product is bad, games are boring, defense has disappeared, and every team runs the same strategy of launching threes regardless of personnel. Ratings are declining because fans are tuning out, and the people running the league won't acknowledge the problem exists. Charles Barkley delivers the most entertaining criticism of modern basketball because he's funny, honest, and completely correct about everything he says, which makes his takes impossible to dismiss as bitter old head complaints. February 11th, 2015 on Inside the NBA brought Barkley's legendary anti-analytics rant that's been viewed millions of times because it perfectly captures why spreadsheet basketball has ruined the game.
Analytics don't work at all. It's just a crap to some people who were really smart, made up to try to get in the game because they had no talent. Because they had no talent to be able to play.
I agree with you on that,
So smart guys wanted to fit in, so they made up a term called analytics. Analytics don't work. What analytics did the Miami Heat have? What analytics did the Chicago Bulls have? All these guys who run these organizations who talk about analytics, they have one thing in common. They're a bunch of guys who ain't never played the game, and they never got.
That's crazy though. So analytics were not made by the NBA. Like, they were made by like some smart guys that didn't play the game of basketball. Like, bro, I never realized that. Like, I just thought that all like that stuff was just made by the NBA.
Girls in high school, and they just want to get in the game.
The line about never getting girls in high school made analytics supporters lose their minds. But Barkley is absolutely right. People who've never played basketball at a high level now run teams, and they think formulas can replace understanding how the game actually works, which has led to unwatchable basketball, where teams launch combined 140 points by shooting threes all game. 26.6% is what Barkley shot from three for his career, the worst among players with over 1,000 attempts, which makes the irony of his criticism obvious. But that's exactly his point.
Hey!
He knew he couldn't shoot threes, so he didn't shoot them, while today's players lack that self-awareness completely. Role play.
Did he just punch the mascot in the face? Wait, was he like a menace on the court? Like, I reacted to Charles Barkley's highlights. He was absolutely insane. And the fact that he's like 6'4", I thought he was like 6'7", 6'8". So that's kind of crazy to me. But like, was he like a menace, like Draymond Green, like, because he just punched the mascot?
Players shooting 30% from three launch 8 attempts per game because analytics says it's efficient, but missing 7 of 8 isn't efficient. It's terrible basketball disguised as smart strategy.
Couldn't believe that an NBA player could make $1 million. And now these guys are so lucky and blessed, and they can't play basketball 3 or 4 days a week.
A joke and a disgrace is what load management has become. Players making $50 million who can't play 2 games in a row, stars sitting out while fans who saved for tickets watch them sit on the bench in street clothes. Barkley played through injuries that would shut down modern players for months, battled bigger centers every night, crashed the boards with reckless abandon, and never...
How did he get rebounds? Like, how did he out-rebound people? How did he absolutely do that? Like, I'm picturing like a John Wall. I'm picturing like a 6'4", like a Russell Westbrook. Like, how are you physically doing that? He literally looks like a center, chat. Like, actually.
Once thought about sitting out because he was sore. Steel workers show up tired for harder jobs with less money, because that's what work means, while NBA players play a game for generational wealth and act like playing 4 days a week is too much to ask. Dennis Rodman doesn't do many interviews, but when he does, he delivers truth bombs that make LeBron fans absolutely furious, and his assessment of how LeBron would fare in the 90s is the most controversial take in NBA history. June 2013 on The Dan Patrick Show brought Rodman's most famous criticism when asked about LeBron compared to players from his era.
Well, it's really not a comparison. I'm just saying, if LeBron was playing in the late 80s and the early 90s, he was just an average player. I mean, but to do what Micah has done, I mean, there's...
Average? Chat, would he be an average player?
Seriously, Micah did what he did. It was more charisma. It was more articulate and stuff like that. LeBron is more like boom. Okay, there ain't no flash to his game.
Average. Dennis Rodman called LeBron James an average player if he played in the 90s. Not good, not all-star caliber, just average among that competition. LeBron fans dismissed this as jealousy, but Rodman was making a specific point about physicality and skill that most people missed. Hand checking was legal in the 90s. Hard fouls were expected. The Jordan rules meant getting destroyed physically every drive to the basket. LeBron is bigger and stronger than most players guarding him in today's soft NBA, barrels to the basket and gets foul calls on minimal contact, while defenders can't hand check him or body him on drives.
You know, no one could lock up LeBron and me and Mike and Scotty could.
Scottie Pippen would have locked up LeBron.
Yeah, I could lock his ass up.
Scotty would lock up Bron, he said? Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. Scotty has some clamps, bro.
That's so easy to play.
Yeah.
She's so fucking easy to play. He don't have any moves. Sit and turn on it. All he has is straight down on the king. What do you think? They ain't got no moves. Where's he going at?
What?
The lie detector reportedly indicated Rodman was lying when he said this, which became the story. But the point isn't whether Rodman personally could lock down LeBron. Defensive schemes, physical play, and mental warfare that defined the 90s would have neutralized LeBron's greatest advantages, which are built on being bigger and stronger than opponents who can't touch him due to modern officiating. 2021 on the Full Send podcast captured why Rodman stopped watching basketball entirely.
But now it's more like, you know, I don't
He
want to
doesn't even watch basketball? That's crazy. Like, he's an actual basketball player that says, I don't watch it. Okay.
players coming down shooting 50-footers. You know, that's not basketball. I mean,
facts.
Everything that made the game competitive and physical has been legislated away, leaving a shooting contest with no defense and no intensity. Scottie Pippen has become controversial for his takes on Michael Jordan, but his criticism of modern basketball remains valid and important, particularly around how load management disrespects the fans who make the league possible. January 2025 on the PBD podcast with Patrick Bet David brought Pippen's most coherent criticism of today's game.
Fans are students of the game as well. They're not just fans, you know. They know the game. And so you seeing players over there that you worked hard all week to earn money and to bring your family out for a family evening, and now they got sitting over there in sweats. That's not even a team uniform. And it's like, really?
Yeah.
Is this what I save my $800 for?
$800 for a family of 4 to watch stars sit on the bench in street clothes is robbery, and Pippen knows it because he gave fans everything every single night, despite playing through injuries that would sideline today's stars for months. Defending the best perimeter players in basketball every night, doing all the dirty work that doesn't show up in stat sheets, never once thinking about load management because that concept didn't exist in his era. The same podcast brought Pippen's explanation of how three-point shooting destroyed team basketball.
You know, I definitely feel like the three-point shot has turned fans away from the game because
I feel like the three-point shot did change the game, right? It made it way different. It made it kind of, like, I like the three-point shot, but it also did, like, make everyone shoot a three. Even people that don't shoot threes, they think that they have to shoot threes now. Like, it quite literally changed everything.
It's just no teamwork in shooting a three-point shot. There's no teamwork in coming down and taking a shot from behind the three-point line. But there's teamwork in coming down and executing a play.
Ball movement and offensive execution that made basketball beautiful has been eliminated by the three-point revolution. And now teams just spread the floor and launch threes, which Pippen sees as regression, despite what analytics claims about efficiency. Kevin Garnett occasionally defends modern players, but when he criticizes today's NBA, his assessments are absolutely devastating, and his response to Anthony Edwards claiming 90s players lacked skill became one of the most viral.
Yeah, when I heard, him say that 90s players actually lack skill, I felt like he was just trying to troll, but he was genuinely serious. There's a lot of players, like, when I actually seen that, I was actually leaning more to Anthony Edwards, believe it or not. Like, I actually didn't know anything about older basketball, but once I started learning, I started to realize that there's a lot of good players, man. A lot. There's probably more competition too. Actually, there is more competition. There's without a doubt. Like without a doubt, we got way more hungry people that actually want to play the game of basketball. So, hey,
Moments of 2024. August 2024 on his Ticket and the Truth podcast brought Garnett's destruction of that premise.
If I'm being honest, bro, I don't think anybody in this generation could have played like 20 years ago. If I'm being 100, and this is.
you don't think at least like Stephen Curry? Steph Curry? I feel like Steph Curry would be able to play. But like a lot of people would think that like this guy is crazy for how he shoots and everything.
To everybody in our league, Tatum, all y'all. Let me tell y'all something, bro. 20 years ago, bro, you couldn't get to a triple step back.
Okay,
You hear what I'm saying to you? You couldn't get to a triple step back. And then if you shot that shit, it had to go in. Real shit, because I only think half these kids in the league could have been on an NBA team 20 years ago. Straight up.
50% of...
Whoa! Half of these kids can't even be on a team 20 years ago. And he said straight up, okay.
current NBA players
you guys believe
wouldn't
that?
have even made a roster in Garnett's era, according to the man who lived it, which isn't a hot take for clicks, but is genuine assessment of the talent and toughness gap between generations. Hand checking, hard fouls, defensive intensity that bordered on assault were standard, and you couldn't travel your way to step back threes or flop to the free throw line like today. October 19th, 2024 brought Garnett's specific criticism of Joel Embiid.
I'll be honest, Chad. I didn't know that Kevin Garnett had a little jump shot on him, though. I didn't know that.
They captured everything wrong with modern players.
What do you think is a good number of games he played?
82 games, man. This is what the fucking job calls for. You're not practicing. You're not even playing a whole fucking... You don't play in the summer?
Right.
I can see if you playing in the summer, you on the playground, you went to the Olympics, then it's training camp, y'all do 30 days of fucking tour days. Okay, that's when you get rest. Man, I don't want to hear this shit, man. I don't want to hear none of this shit.
Back-to-backs account for roughly 15 games per season, and Embiid announces he won't play those before the season starts, which combined with random rest games and load management means
Embiid's over though. Like his knees are really bad. Do you guys think that Embiid's gonna retire soon? I had that on my mind because he has limited minutes and he can't do too much on the court as of now.
Playing 50 games when he should play 82. Garnett played 82 games 4 times in his career, appearing in at least 71 games in 12 of his first 13 seasons, while playing with intensity that wore down his body. February 2017 on NBA TV with Kevin McHale brought Garnett's explanation of how AAU basketball destroyed fundamentals.
Our league now is at a point where you have to teach more than anything. AAU has killed our league.
Yeah. What?
Seriously, I hate to even say this, but it's real. AAU has killed our league from the perspective...
How did AAU kill the league, though? That's the question. Is it like a lot of too much of selfish basketball? Like that guy's just going to keep dribbling then score? No, not a lot of ball movement?
That these kids are not being taught anything. They have intentions and they want things, but the way they see it is not how our league works.
No.
You earn everything in this league. You're not entitled to anything. No. And it's more entitlement than anything.
Entitlement defines modern players who think they deserve success without earning it, deserve respect without proving themselves, deserve rest without first competing. And AAU basketball created this by catering to stars and never teaching fundamentals or team concepts that real basketball requires. The truth nobody wants to hear. 21 championships combined, 6 Hall of Famers, 6 men who defined basketball excellence across multiple generations. And they all agree on one thing. Today's NBA is fundamentally broken. Load management turned competitive sport into part-time work, where millionaires decide when they feel like playing.
It's like we all have a job now. It's like the game of basketball isn't hitting the same. It's that load management, man.
Three-point shooting eliminated the artistry that made basketball beautiful by turning every game into an identical shooting contest, and super teams destroyed competitive balance while creating a league where half the teams tank and the other half chases stars. AAU basketball produced entire...
Oh my God, there's so much teams that tank just to get a nice player. If they know they're not playing good this season or somebody's injured, their initial thought is to tank. They don't even have plans on actually playing well. Like, it's actually insane to me, chat. Like, the whole... Like, it wasn't like this bad, though. Like, it was bad before, but it was never this bad, though, chat. It's genuinely crazy.
Players who think they deserve success without earning it, who can't handle criticism without playing victim, who lack fundamentals to execute real basketball. These legends played through injuries that would sideline today's stars for months, showed up every night because they understood their obligation to fans who worked hard for tickets, developed complete games instead of relying on one move, built teams instead of forming super teams, and put winning above branding while putting competition above comfort. The modern NBA lost all of that. You can dismiss these legends as bitter old heads if you want, claim they're jealous of modern salaries or stuck in the past, argue the game has evolved beyond what they understand. But here's what you can't do. You can't argue with their results.
Facts.
21 championships playing basketball the right way, earned without forming super teams, without sitting out back-to-backs, without crying on social media when criticized. Competing at the highest level every single night, because that's what champions do, is what separates them from today's players. The modern NBA being softer, less physical, less competitive, and less entertaining isn't opinion, it's observable fact. Ratings are declining, attendance is dropping, fans are tuning out because the product has become boring and predictable, and whether anyone in today's league has the courage to prove these legends wrong remains the only question worth asking.
Woo!
Based on everything we've seen, the answer is no. Today's players don't have the hunger, the toughness, or the mentality required to compete at the level these 6 champions defined, and until someone decides to fix it, the NBA will continue declining while legends who built this league watch it fall apart.
Chat, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, chat. Like, you gotta really, really think about it. The NBA has changed drastically. And if the next leading person of the NBA, the face of the NBA, has to step up, or we're gonna continue to have this for the next couple of years, man. Or a decade. You never know. But, with that being said, this is the end of the video, chat. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man. And, recommend me some more stuff to react to. But, with that being said, I'll see y'all. Yes, sir.